Have you ever wondered what a basic hotel breakfast looks like in Japan? A country that consistently ranks among the lowest obesity and highest life expectancy rates in the world? In Canada, where I'm from, a basic hotel with breakfast included will cost you $228 per night. I had no idea hotels in Toronto were actually this expensive. I didn't even use the downtown location because the prices seem made up. If you choose to purchase the breakfast at this basic hotel, it will include things like eggs, bacon, and sausage, which sit in giant metal warmers that will only be replaced when they are finished. Breads, pastries, fruit, yogurt, coffee, and orange juice will also be provided, and that's usually about it for a basic hotel breakfast in Canada. But today, we're halfway across the world to see what a similar basic hotel experience looks like in Japan. Welcome to Hachinohe, a city of approximately 215,000 located in northern Japan. I'm currently staying at an Appa hotel, which, similar to a Holiday Inn, offers a mid-range price point with a balance of comfort and affordability. A room at the Appa hotel for the same date costs $62, meaning the basic hotel in Canada is nearly 4 times as expensive as that in Japan. But will it be nearly 4 times as good? You can be the judge for yourself. Let's take a look at a basic Japanese hotel breakfast. Starting off with something we don't even consider for breakfast in North America, salad. This is a grapefruit and cabbage salad, a broccoli and boiled egg salad, a second broccoli salad which includes red beans and pasta. Next, we have some raw eggs and natto, a very popular and healthy breakfast option in Japan. We also have some mixed roasted vegetables, sauteed spinach with bonito shavings, tamagoyaki, which is a rolled egg omelet. This one contains lots of green onions. A very surprising third broccoli salad with shrimp, some braised pumpkin, and then moving on from our salads, we have green leafy salads. The first is a pea shoot salad, and the second one seems to be the same thing, but topped with tiny fish called shirasu. Not too sure about this one. This isn't even common in Japan, to be honest. To top the salads, we have a few different dressings, as well as some simulated bacon bits and croutons. And next, we move on from the salad section to the salad bar, which includes things like even more broccoli, seaweed, shredded chicken, and corn. You may have noticed these name tags, which have quite a bit of writing on them, and that's because they tell you the health benefits of every single ingredient. This is actually one of the few similarities shared by the two hotel breakfasts. Up next, we have some side dishes. There's a couple forms of mountain yam, fermented squid and scallops, and a few local specialty pickles. I'll come back and try these later. A few of them are a little too exciting to try on an empty stomach. And here are the hot items. We have some familiar looking egg patties and sausages, salt grilled chicken and mackerel, some garlic cheese potatoes, butter sauteed scallops and spinach, soft boiled eggs with meat sauce, and some incredible looking barayaki, which is a local specialty of thinly sliced fatty beef stir-fried with onions in a sweet soy sauce. Our next section includes some cold tofu, the world's largest rice cooker, minced beef curry, sinbe soup, and your standard miso soup machine with various condiments. And next to that is a yogurt bar with various toppings, fresh fruit, and banana milk pudding. We've also got some assorted pastries and breads. As for the beverage section, it includes orange juice, oolong tea, coffee, milk, and 3 different types of fancy apple juice. There was also this drink with tiny little cups next to it, so I assumed it was alcohol. Alright, here's our first round. A healthy plate of vegetables and salads, including 3 different broccoli salads, cold tofu, another green salad, a little bit of each of the protein dishes, miso soup, Hachinohe sinbe soup, natto, 2 of the fancy apple juices, and a shot of the mystery beverage. This buffet had an insanely impressive selection. I tried to take a little bit of each item and really filled up my plates and bowls, but I still wasn't even close to getting everything in one round. But let's get on to the food. First up was the miso soup. I added all 3 condiments, which included wheat gluten, Nameco mushrooms, and these things I thought were crushed peanuts. They turned out to be dried natto. Natto stew with miso is apparently a commonly prepared dish in Tohoku, the region of Japan I'm staying in. They added a bit of a slimy texture, but overall, the flavor was the same as other versions of miso soup, which is delicious, especially in the morning. Next up was the Hachinohe famous senbei soup, which had lots of vegetables, including this purple thing, which I still have no idea what it was. It was slightly crispy, almost like a cucumber in texture, and the sweet and savory flavor of the broth had completely soaked through it. The senbei soup gets its name from these crackers that, when added to the soup, have the texture of a chewy flour dumpling. It was delicious. Moving on, all the salads were perfectly fresh and crisp. I won't go into too much detail since everyone knows what salad tastes like, but they were very well prepared and very delicious. The soft cold tofu was covered in what tasted like a thickened dashi stock. It was decent. But the barayaki was outstanding. Extremely tender and fatty, thin slices of beef, stir-fried with onion in a sweet soy sauce. Mackerel is another specialty of Hachinohe, and this was excellent. Very tender and moist, with a perfect amount of char to add a smoky flavor. The butter sauteed scallops were obviously delicious, very sweet and tender. The mystery drink turned out to be a local apple cider vinegar with honey. It tasted pretty similar to lemonade, but I was expecting alcohol, so it was a little bit disappointing. The apple juice was incredible, of course, so much natural apple flavor and sweetness. Aomori is well known for producing the best apples in Japan, if not the world. That was a pretty large breakfast and would certainly be more than enough on a regular day, but I've got a video to make, so I went back up and got all the remaining items, as well as more barayaki and butter sauteed scallops because I couldn't help myself. I also got a zunda paste filled croissant because it sounded interesting, and I've had a couple comments asking to see more desserts in Japan. For this next round, we're going to rate these dishes out of 10, since some are quite uncommon and polarizing. The pickled mountain yam was sweet and sour with a crispy, crunchy, and slimy texture. The braised burdock root was crispy and earthy with a sweet soy flavor. The salted fermented squid was creamy, slimy, and extremely fishy. It tasted absolutely horrendous. I had to drink apple juice just to get it down, which subsequently ruined the flavor of the apple juice. The nebuta pickle was sweet, salty, crunchy, and slimy. A pretty good pickle. And these mini sausages tasted surprisingly processed, very similar to how they do in Canada. The salted fermented scallop is prepared the same way as the squid, but not nearly as slimy or fishy. It has a very strong and distinct scallop flavor. It's not bad, but it's also not great. The Hachinohe nanben miso was sweet and savory with a deep umami richness. And the barayaki and butter-grilled scallops were extremely sweet and tender. This is literally unlimited high-quality surf and turf on a breakfast buffet. Oh, and this was my first time trying crushed up natto. As I said before, natto are fermented soybeans. They are extremely slimy, and it took me a little while to acquire the taste and texture, but now I really enjoy it. Surprisingly, the flavor was much more bitter in this form. I didn't enjoy this nearly as much as when the beans are whole. And finally, I had a zunda paste croissant for dessert. Just as you'd find in France, it's a rich buttery croissant filled with a sweetened soybean paste and whipped cream. The croissant and whipped cream were airy and light, while the zunda paste was mildly sweet and dense, with the unmistakable flavor of edamame. And that was the end of my meal. Overall, for the price, I thought this breakfast was exceptional. The variety of dishes was fantastic, and I was especially impressed by the amount of local specialties. These are dishes you really won't find outside of this prefecture, and they felt extra special to try. And on top of the impressive selection, the quality of everything I tried was as good as it could possibly be, Everything on the buffet felt so fresh and well prepared. The salads were crisp, the vegetables had the right textures, and all of the meats were extremely moist and tender. I was really impressed by this basic Japanese hotel breakfast. But now the question you're all probably wondering, which hotel is better value? Appa or Holiday Inn? I'm just kidding, obviously, nobody's wondering that. I'd obviously rather stay at the Appa Hotel. And that's the end of our video today. I hope you enjoyed this in-depth look at a basic hotel breakfast in Japan. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you did. Let me know in the comments how the price and quality compare to your own country. I'd love to hear about it. And I'll see you in the next video from Japan. Thanks for watching.